Good morning. Welcome to Against the Public for March 26th. We're just one sleep away from the start of the Major League Baseball season. Hope everybody is ready. I'm Dana Lane. Thanks for joining me. I will say this. I'm not a guy who likes to bet futures because I just don't like to have my money tied up that long. But I did make a World Series prediction, and I always make predictions before the season starts just because people ask me about it. It's nothing to hold me to, believe me. Even though we got the Dodgers last year, really went out on a limb with their gigantic payroll. Went out on a went out on a limb with the Dodgers, and they ended up winning World Series. But so just to make this public, I guess, because I have a lot of my personal friends, they forget, and I wanted to have it on video that I could go back and show them, or they'll show me. I have the Braves and the Yankees going to the World Series, and I have the Braves winning their fifth World Series. So, with that being said, yes, I understand there is a ton of injuries with the Atlanta Braves right now. Unfortunately, I made this pick public, and not that I would probably jump off of it or anything, but I made this pick public before the exhibition season, which is kind of the kicker to giving my predictions. I don't wait till the season. I do it right before the preseason. So anyway, Braves, Yankees. I got the Braves winning their fifth World Series title. Okay, let's get into it. Let's preview our schedule for Wednesday. Short card overall, but there is plenty of opportunities to make money. We'll start things off in the NBA, where there will be 6 games, and they'll start the schedule off, the rotation schedule off with the Washington Wizards and the Philadelphia 76ers. We look to build on a 58-37 run on NBA totals. That's 61% if you're scoring at home. We'll have 3 games on our all-access card. Just 2 college basketball games on the board. Both are in the NIT tournament, of course, starting with Kent and Loyola of Chicago. That game will tip off at 7 o'clock Eastern Time. I'll try to come up with 3 games or 3 separate plays, and of course that means that one of these games I'll give you side and total. And finally, just 4 games in the National Hockey League, starting at 7:30 Eastern Time. The Islanders hosting the Vancouver Canucks is the first game on the official NHL rotation. Vancouver continues their 6-game road trip with Game 4 of that trip, and I'll try to keep this stuff to a minimum, guys, but the NHL, we've been absolutely smashing it. We've been crushing our NHL selections with 1,082 units won over my last 55 plays. That's 62% winners. To break it down by side and total, NHL sides are on a nice 11-4 run, 73% winners, 796 units won. NHL totals are on a 19-9 run, 68% winners, 797 units of profit. So one more unit of profit on NHL totals. NHL bettors have won 59% of their selections over the last 7 days. 56% over the last 30 days. That's it's number 1 amongst cappers with at least 30 plays. And speaking of number 1, I'm also on top over the last 90 days behind 56% winners. 2,012 units won over the last 3 months or 90 days. That adds up to a number 1 overall ranking amongst cappers with at least 120 plays. So please join me on the ice. That adds up to a 9-game schedule with plenty of opportunities on Wednesday. Get those games or join me for an all-access card. Either way, we're going to have a terrific day, so please don't miss out. All plays and all records are documented daily at pickdawgz.com. Not every play is reflected yet off of Tuesday's schedule, so please hit the link below to see how we finish. A look at the entire board shows that early betting action is focused on UAB and Cal Irvine in the NIT tournament. See the most tickets written on that game so far. Irvine is a 4.5 point favorite. They opened up at 5.5. The total opened at 158.5, but has been pumped up to 160.5 with 73% of the money on the over. I don't have numbers yet on the bet percentage on the side, but we did see our first steam move on this game. Come in on the Anteaters at Sports Interaction. By the way, not just because it's a big bet doesn't mean it's a good bet. Sports Interaction, not really known to be a sharp college basketball book. So maybe you can use that. Maybe you can fade that action. But that's our first sharp money that has come in on this game. Before I get to our free play, let's just talk about my most popular package, and that's my annual All Access Pass. You get that for just $4.11 a day, every play from now to this time next year for just $4.11 a day. Get every play in the NFL, college football, the upcoming Major League Baseball season, to this point next year in the NHL, NBA, and college basketball. You guys get it. The start of the MLB season, as we mentioned, is tomorrow, so please jump on a MLB season pass. I'll take you all the way through the last pitch of the World Series for less than $100 a month. That package is up on pickdawgz.com right now. So hit that link below to get started. On to your free play, and it comes from rotation number 503-504, 7:30 Eastern Time. Matchup between the Los Angeles Lakers and the Indiana Pacers. Pacers a 1-point home favorite. The total opened at 233. That has been bet up to 235 on the back of 80% of the money coming in on the over. The Lakers are 43-28 straight up. 39-31-1 ATS, 36-35 to the under. The Lakers have lost 3 straight games and 7 of their last 10. In those 3 losses, the Lakers didn't cover any of those contests and continues to be streaky. Their current run of 3 straight failed covers against a number was preceded by a 4-game cover streak, which was preceded by a 3-game losing streak, which was preceded by a 5-game winning streak, and 7 of their last 9 games have cashed overs. In case you haven't found the theme of why I'm telling you that, Lakers have been a very difficult team to put your finger on, and that's really a lot of that is because of just the inconsistency in the lineup. I'll talk about that in a second. Indiana 42-29 straight up, 32-38-1 ATS, 36-33-2 to the over. Pacers have won 5 straight. They hold the 4th spot in that Eastern Conference, 3 games behind the Knicks for the 3rd spot in the Eastern Conference. That success, though, has not translated into covers for Indiana bettors. They have failed to cover 9 of their last 11 games. Indiana is on a 3-game under streak, and the Pacers are coming off that 16-point win against the Minnesota Timberwolves, and for once, there wasn't any late game dramatics. They simply held a good team down, which is something they haven't probably haven't said since probably the Houston game earlier in the month. That's been about 3 weeks now. You could say, hey, look, a comfortable win against the 76ers, but if you remember in that game, I think they were down by 16 in that first half. So not as comfortable as this game was against the Minnesota Timberwolves. In fact, though, Minnesota tried to make this interesting. They had a 9-0 run to start early in the 4th quarter. Didn't really get close, but of course, it looked like Indiana took their foot off the pedal for a second. But they did manage to come away with a comfortable win. Probably feeling pretty good about themselves. The most impressive win that they've had as we went through. Probably the most impressive win they've had in weeks. It's really good to see when you watch this team play. Really good to see Tyrese Halliburton at full speed. And when I see, when you break down his scoring, I see 9 twos and 7 threes. And what that is telling me, and of course, a guy that, his game is predicated on his speed. And when I see him at a point where he's hitting more 2s than 3s, that's telling me he's beating his defenders. And you can watch those games. He clearly is. He's clearly 100% now, which if anybody had any thoughts that he might not be, certainly looked like he was the other night. Finished with 24 points, 11 rebounds. Ball movement was terrific for the Pacers, which of course goes through Halliburton. He's on a 11-game double-double streak right now. So I think Indiana is really at the peak of what we can expect from them, at the peak of what they've been for the most part of the season. just not a team. Remember last year, we can always count on them hitting overs, and they were an exciting team to watch. It just hasn't been able to fall into that groove this year, but this is as good as I've seen them in quite a while. I think there's some real issues in Los Angeles. They've lost 3 straight games. They've lost by an average of 24 points. Of course, that was against the Bucks, the Bulls, and the Magic. The Magic are their latest loss. The loss with that loss to the Magic, they're 15-19 on the road straight up. 15-18-1 on the road against the spread. And the Lakers are no stranger to not covering games on the road. They're 70-84 on the road since the 2021-22 season. Only the Hawks, Pelicans, and Wizards are a worse wager since the 21-22 season on the road than the Los Angeles Lakers. Certainly not the company that you would think that the Lakers are keeping. It's very clear to me watching them live against Denver and then the 2 games since LeBron's return that the Lakers are still they were trying to figure out how to play with Doncic, without LeBron, and now they're trying to figure out how to play. Those two are trying to figure out how to play together. It's just a very disjointed Los Angeles Lakers team right now, and I think only time is going to heal this. I don't think there's a magic formula to getting the Lakers right, but they better do it or they're going to lose home court advantage in the postseason. So until I see a change, I'm not going to sit here and cross my fingers that all of a sudden the Lakers are going to figure it out. I need to see them figure it out before I put my money behind them. Your free play is the Indiana Pacers -1.5. Now, go to pickdawgz.com where every individual play and every discounted long-term pass is locked and loaded, including my annual all-access pass for just $4.11 a day. I can't thank you enough for joining me. I hope you guys have a terrific Wednesday. For Against the Public, I'm Dana Lane. Let's cash those tickets, and we'll see you tomorrow.